Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation for the day is Tilang Mahalla Nawa, the ninth Mahal, Guru Tegh Bahadur, and the literary genre is a kafi. And the sabad begins with an invocation, Ik Onkar Satgur Prasad, and it is a short passage, the Rahau. Tilang Mahalla Nama Kafi, Ik Onkar Satgur Prasad, Chetana hai to चेत लै निस दिन में प्राणी छिन छिन याद बेहात है फूटे घट ज्यों पानी रहाओ. The address is to the mortal, prani. O mortal, Chetana hai to, you have to become conscious. Conscious of the self, because you are asleep to the self within you. So there is an imperative. Chetana hai to, you have to become conscious. Chet Lai, do become conscious. Nis din mein prani, night and day. In other words, transform your consciousness, because the consciousness that you're living out of right now is misleading and limited, out of touch with your source, leading you astray. All of these reasons why you have to become fully awake, in other words. Chin chin aud behat hai, chin chin, every moment. Aud behat hai, aud is your lifespan. Behat hai, behat means to actually kill, but what it means is that you are dying every moment. Life is leaking out of your body vessel. Foote ghatjo pani, like water dripping out from a cracked earthen vessel. So there is in this passage the imperative of active awareness. There is an urgency, a directive for consciousness. So awareness here is being framed as continuous, unyielding, and a presence that must be actively sustained day and night. So the leaking vessel emphasizes the urgency, the gravity. It's a very cinematic metaphor, because time is not static. It is steady, rhythmic, and irreversible. So by recognizing that our physical form is actively dripping away, the illusion of tomorrow vanishes, forcing us into the absolute necessity of the present moment. So that is the Rahau. Verse 2, Har gun kahe na gavahi मूर्ख अज्ञाना झूठे लालच लाग कै नह मरन पछाना. Har gun kahe na gavahi, again a question, O foolish and unwise one, मूर्ख अज्ञाना. Hari gun, the virtues of Har wisdom. When it says Har, it implies the wisdom, Naam, and the virtue of Naam. So the question is being asked, why, you unwise and foolish one? This is referring to the mind that is living in ordinary ego consciousness. Why wouldn't you give expression? Kahe na gavahi. Because chuthe lalaj lag ke, you're caught in the greed for passing things of the world. Marna nahi marna pachane. you have forgotten the certainty of death. That is the problem. The unwise mind hinges on an understanding of jhoot, false, unstable, impermanent nature of worldly pursuits. When we are caught up in chasing passing things, what we are doing is we are actively living in cognitive denial of mortality's inevitability. It's inevitable. So the antidote here is cultivate divine virtues. It is actually an active behavioral assignment that the Guru is giving us. We must give expression to wisdom. And the way you give expression to wisdom is by assimilating its virtues. Because wisdom is a conglomeration of virtues. These are the timeless qualities that the Guru Granth speaks about. So singing true praise is not just vocalizing, but embodying. And in verse 3, this is the concluding verse, Ajhun kach bigaryo nahi jo prab gun gaave, kaho nanak teh bhajan te nirbhay pad paave. Ajhun kach bigaryo nahi, nothing is lost yet. Jo prab gun gaave, there is a condition. Nothing is lost provided you begin the task of assimilating virtue right away. Prab gun gaave, prab and har are more or less synonymous terms. And Nanak concludes by saying, Kaho Nanak teh bhajan te, if only you attune yourself. Bhajan is to run towards, to attach yourself. So that means to attune yourself to the self. How do you do that? Virtues. The more virtues you adopt, the more attached and closer you are to the self. And that ultimately is nirbhay pad paave. This is the same state of mind as amrita piva. Nirbhay is immortality as well, because the fear of death dissolves. So that's the conclusion. And the conclusion is one of reassurance. Even now, nothing is lost, the Guru is saying. So what this does, when the Guru says nothing is lost, imagine, it's erasing any guilt or regrets that you might have. Because one of the adjacent sabads, we had that sense. And guilt and regret, what does it do? It paralyzes us. But the Guru is assuring us that the door to awakening is instantly accessible the moment we choose to step through it. So by shifting our internal frequency and attuning to the self, we merge back into its unconditioned primordial source. So this is the non-dual realignment that we need to make with our self, that we are out of tune with. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.